Today is Friday, September the 20th. Yes, I saw Governor J.B. Pritzkner and a propaganda clipping, saying such as nobody's going to do anything to Kamala Harris or anybody, and we're rejoicing over the amount that they're going to give you. Listen, let me tell you something. This battle in my life been going on since the office of Bill Clinton. I think Mayor Daley was in office, and you went through so many police superintendents that I reached out to and asked for help in those days. I watched them quit their job before they got involved with this. Even Senate Roland Burris and that guy, Secretary of State, that Jimmy guy, whatever his name was. But anyway, to make a long story short, they had this movie in the world, The West Side Story, where a man piled up on top of this woman called Maria, tried to strip her and rape her. And then they had those on standby geeking it on and betting on it, stuff like that. Now, each and every last one of you that's sitting around betting on it, God has given your eternal destination over to my decision. And I'm not just talking about the kingdom for sarcastic reasons. When I say the blood of the Lamb has been spilled, you cannot charge your creation with the eyesight of two when I only had one. I won that battle. God say so as to where you're going to spend eternity to me, or involvement with that say so. When Jesus said, I have not been glorified when he walked the face of the earth, he said, I have not been glorified yet. I have to ascend up to my Father, get glorified. Well, I'm not glorified yet. He is. So he's still on his throne acting as Savior. But say so. Where you going to spend eternity belong to me. So each and every last one of you fat rats, Pritzker in the past, Pat Quinn, and Mayor Daley, that sat and watched this West Side Story. This kind of crime, this government pimping, mess that ain't in the books. That's hard to describe. You're not acting like no justice folk. You're acting like some kind of, including the people, some kind of wild hyenas that don't understand what the word no, stop, don't mean. And, well, we expect you to get up and take a lawsuit to the government, to whatever. I told you when they put you on a federal watch list, a sting investigation, you can go to jail if you have written proof. And there's no attorney that I did not contact in the yellow pages and the white pages in those days, that says, well, pretty much they could see your household, but prove who's behind it and the reason why. Bring us proof in writing, and that's illegal. So you have foolish laws, and so foolish and so foul, you have no business having pleasure in it. So you sitting there watching my household, telling me who ain't gonna do what to who, and your make-believe mind, whatever lie you tell. And I heard that lesbian lie your body of the creature got going on. Yeah, well, God got to get your eternal destination back to me, and it's gonna be enough for me. I can't financially sue each and every last one of you. I can't make nobody behave, but I can behave myself. And he's not gonna close the door on me if I haven't gotten up there yet, so he can get rid of this down here. He's not gonna close the door. I can drag my feet as long as I want to, because there came a swap of decisions. So if that's the only answer that I have, I don't believe in violence. This thing that Joe Biden is saying, which is true. Well, you have the power to wipe us all out, and I ain't got no power. I have favor to project my spirit in the kingdom if that's the last resort. But you're not going to sit on my life as a government, as a state government, a federal government. You're not going to become no payee of mine. You're going to sort this better out the way I told you to. Well, I don't want you on my time. You trying to make yourself look good. Pay the people first. See, if you buy friendship, they will not. They will be for you and not for me. That's instant, increasing more hatred against me. If you pay off the attorneys like you did in the past, if you pay anybody before they do the job, they're not going to do the job. So I know what you're doing. I know your strategy. So if that's President Biden, the last resort that I have to go to is to give up my life and project my spirit up there to get rid of you, dangerous, insane people, carnal. You call yourself social cannibals? You social cannibal, I don't want you socializing on my privacy. Like I said, this battle started, this federal watch list started during the time of Bill Clinton. I had menstruation then. I could have kids then. But if you don't want anybody looking in your house, by the time I found out about it not in writing. They sent me nothing in writing that they was going to do this. It was all done behind my back. It took me a while to put together media propaganda and people blurting out stuff to know that you're talking about me. Quite a few years went by. I don't know anything much about the statute of limitations on the federal watch list, but something about in those days. Well, statute of limitations ran out. You didn't do anything about it. You allowed it. No, I would never allow it. You see. And when I found out about it, a world is looking at my privacy. You look at between my legs too, everywhere. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't appreciate you passing out any money to NATO, the people, or anybody before me. You know the difference between before and after. I don't have to share anything with anybody. I had authority to ask for the whole 90 million. You're going to pay the whole 90 million if I ask it. Because your other option is I'm going to project my spirit into my kingdom, whether you believe it or not, and I'm going to let the Lord wipe you out. So yes, Mr. Biden, I don't have no power. I have favor. And if you continue to sit on my privacy and with your cameras and stuff and infringe on my civil liberty and say, well, we want to know the day God is going to take you, or whatever your reason is for watching me ain't going to get you in the kingdom. It's just going to make me hate you more. Yeah. And if his blood has been spilled, this decision as to where you're going to spend eternity belongs to me. So right now, anybody who died before me is either showing up in grace or what? God have sons and daughters. That's not mentioned in the book. Just because the Bible closed at the book of Revelation doesn't mean that his life stopped. You understand? Yes, I do have a heaven and hell to put you in and to take you out of, Mr. Pritzkner. I don't know who it is that's sending these strategy threats against me. If you don't like my gospel or how I talk or whatever sounds threatening to you, I don't pass threats. I pass out invitations for you to see your destruction before it happened. And I taught you how to get up there. So if you think you're going to sit in my life and be a payee, going to give me less, going to lie in my face, we're coming. You've been sending a mess for a long time, and I ain't seen no money yet. But yet you passing out to people come back to me to mock me. Well, we're spending. You're not. They come back to mock me in my face. Well, I tell you what, money ain't nothing if you ain't got the earth to spend it on, if you ain't got tomorrow to spend it. Now you keep pressuring me. I will project my spirit up there. If you do anything about it to me, gun me down, put your cadaver dogs on me, whatever strategy demonstration was yesterday night, I was in a bathroom. No, I was in bed sleeping. And some flashing lights, sirens and stuff. 2 state police vehicles parked on the side of the building. And they flashed lights through my bathroom and through my side bedroom here. So I come out of the bathroom and 2 more had pulled up in the front of the building. But one was directly in front of the building and the other was like 3 houses down. So they get out with the cadaver dogs and they went into another apartment, sit out there and talk to somebody else for a while. So my spirit is saying this is strategy. The person that they want to talk to is not the person they was after you. So I go back to the bathroom and listen to the conversation of the 2 that was talking there to each other. They said, well, she said something about Kamala Harris. And this was the same day I saw Pritzkner in a propaganda clipping. He stood up and said, nobody's going to do anything to Vice President Kamala Harris. Listen, let me tell you something, sir. I am going to decide where you are going to spend eternity. So you don't have to worry about Kamala Harris. Ain't nobody going to stand up in your Nephilim Club, a.k.a. Illuminati Club, call me out my name. She's a lesbian, she's this, she's that, So we're going to, if we have to take God's route or whatever, I just want you to know, you ain't in no position to defend Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris ain't in no position to defend Joe Biden, whatever. And I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just letting you know you're fooling yourself. If you think you're going to buy friendship among these people and take hatred to me, and if you take a hatred to somebody who wants their privacy preserved and wants your crimes committed against their life stopped, if you put any kind of dogs on me, if you're gunning me down ever, and you think you're going to continue to walk the face of this earth, you're wrongfully mistaken. Now those promised flames that God has promised me will show up, all right? If you think you're going to die and go to heaven when you to live again, you have to be added to me. That's my throne also, and I don't see it happening for you. So you ain't in no position to be sinning. I think you did a mess. Don't even, if you don't like anything I say, whatever, Don't you ever threaten me on what is also my earth. Don't you ever pass out money to a people before me on what is also my tomorrow. You're wrongfully mistaken. Now, he didn't already told you that. I told you how to get up there and see your flames coming before they hit. He said, quote, I told her to come home. That means get out of my way, and I will burn them up. So, yes, I don't have any power to burn up anybody or wipe out anybody, But you're not going to fool with me either. You're not going to threaten me either. And the day you ever put any dogs on me, your dog only got teeth. But we got 3 fair colors to serve you. Orange, light blue, and a touch of ivory. Don't you ever threaten me either. You take up for Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, or whatever your law is. Yeah, well, we have celestial armies, spirit armies. I have 3 all-power gods backing me. Yeah. You don't threaten me, I don't threaten you. Like I said, I don't pass threats. I pass out invitations. And that's all I did. You don't like it? Listen, let me tell you something. It's a no for me. You set your fat butt, your fat, nasty, greedy carnal butt in that governor's office, just like Mayor Daley, just like Pat Quinn and them. And you watch this West Side Story against my life, this global ring rape against my life, and you pocket from it. Just like Mayor, what that lady name was, that just left the office. I see you pocketing behind it. But I want you to know, just like these church folk around here, setting me up to be gunned down to kill, God is showing them decision where you're going to spend eternity belong to me. You come drive down the street and with excitement, well, God told us to ask you if we can be saved. The response I said inwardly shocked him. Where do you sick-minded people get the nerve from to think that you could walk over somebody, do somebody wrong, live life in a place, intercept what belonged to them, and then come back and smile and say, God told me to ask you if I can be saved. No, and hell no. So you need not to threaten me about what ain't nobody gonna do to so-and-so. No, I don't have any natural weapons to do anything. But like I said, God got sons and daughters you know nothing about. I have spirit daughters with my God from my kingdom who can pull your spirit out of your body right now, and I will have you bound and gagged in hell. Why that power didn't show up before? He still teaches Proverbs. He ain't changed, And when it comes down to telling you what all you can do, that's on a proverb too. So anyway, if I'd have known that she had authority to do that, I'd have got you gone a long time ago. So don't you ever get in my face and tell me what I can and cannot do on my earth, and what I can and cannot say on what is my earth. I'm the 4th owner tomorrow, and it's all in the Bible, because you're fooling yourself. I'm going to pass out those orders. I see you giving other people bodies and stuff who spoke up for me and lost their life. Yeah, I did that. Yeah. And just remember that before you threaten me. I have a heaven and hell to put you in, or to take you out of. Don't you ever tell me how to walk and talk on my earth and fly a helicopter over my head, because you don't like the way I talk. Send cadaver dogs 3 houses down. Don't you ever freaking threaten me, because you ain't got to have tomorrow to be here to do so. All right? Let's get an understanding. You tell me a prayer today, I could put you in hell forever. Now, the blood has been spilled, but the Lord is still on the throne. We are the same throne. The judgment and decisions was passed to me, not the whole throne. So he's still your Savior.